Hey guys, it's Nate, aka the FUT Accountant. Welcome back to the channel. Well, we finally got a name for our FUT Birthday custom playstyle concept, the FUT Birthday Bakery. Yes, we're gonna be baking in FC 26, but this whole thing's not feeling as exciting as it was at the beginning because now we're learning there's a paid aspect for how we'll be taking these FUT Birthday cards that we pack and putting playstyles and playstyle pluses on them through evolutions, and the whole process is starting to feel very confusing based on the leaks. Plus, the big SBC that so many of us were hoping to customize to our own liking is no longer a FUT Birthday card, so he's not going to be customizable. Honestly, we just need EA to silence all the leaks and tell us how this is going to work before the promo starts tomorrow so we can understand it. We're going to talk about all the news today, guys, and of course, what's happening on the market in relation to FUT Birthday leaks. But there is a bright side as well, guys. We have official stats for the full FUT Birthday cards that are coming into packs as well. We're going to have to take a look at that. But the bright side is we have a patch incoming, which may be a bright side for some, maybe a downside for others, because we're going to have some changes to playstyles. Some of the most OP playstyles in this game are maybe going to be nerfed, but it actually means passing is going to be better for everybody. Let's talk about it, guys. If you're excited for this one, drop a thumbs up on the video, hype the video, and subscribe if you are new. Now, yesterday's content on Wednesday started with a brand new team of the week. Before we get into all the leaks and all the craziness that happened yesterday, we're going to start with what happened inside of the game, and that was Messi featuring in a brand new team of the week with a couple of decent cards in here. Joshua Kimmich, Igor Paichao, a solid card there. Maybe some Evo potential down here for a Jurriën Timber, 86 rated Intercept Plus Arsenal card with not only center back, right back, and left back, but right mid position. That card looks very good for future Evos. That'd be the type of card that I would tell you this weekend on this game, stock one of him in your club. Hopefully he goes down to like 15,000 coins or below, and that'd be a good card to invest for the long term. But one thing I want to show you guys from this team of the week is this is the power of Evos. Take a look at the new 89 rated Messi, right? 89 rated, you think, oh yeah, he should be more expensive than his 87 rated card, right? Wrong. 87 Messi is darn near double the price of this card because he fits into Evos and has a better play style plus than the new one. Kind of crazy, that's how things go, but that's the new team of the week that just dropped in this game. Now, the rest of yesterday's content was really in SBCs, where we had the Anton center back SBC. Honestly, a solid card here. Every defensive playstyle has the Bruiser Plus, has pinged pass base, and is live for Dortmund starting as of yesterday. So again, no games that Dortmund have played in the past couple of weeks, even when this fantasy promo has going on, counts for his upgrades. He's got a clean slate. The next 4 matches for Dortmund are how he will upgrade. If this card gets another playstyle plus, namely if it's Intercept, Anticipate, or Jockey, he could be a really, really good SBC card. So if you're a Dortmund fan, or maybe if you just want to build out a German side here, an 86 and an 87 rated squad for Anton is honestly not that bad. If you take a look at Footbin, he's 56% upvoted, and I understand why. Personally, for me, I did Koulibaly, so I think I'm good, especially because Koulibaly is really, really close to some upgrades. But this might be an SBC that you want to craft in the next week when we start opening packs after FUT Birthday starts, just for those potential future upgrades. The other interesting SBC we had yesterday was the 1 of 4 88 plus campaign mixed player pick. It basically changed from a 1 of 3 to a 1 of 4, but guys, like I said on the stream yesterday, I am skipping that player pick right now because I have not much fodder as I'm saving packs for FUT Birthday. The best part of content yesterday, guys, was the daily login. That's the last SBC, and I guess technically an objective combination that we have to discuss from what dropped in the game yesterday. The daily login completionist, of course, which is where you complete 1 SBC every single day with 1 bronze player. You get a gold pack in return and progress on this daily login completionist objective. There's some nice rewards in the next couple of days. Today on Thursday, we're going to be getting an Evo that is max 88 that gives 5-star skills or +1 to skill moves. Hopefully you add it to a 4-star skill move player to get them the 5-star, and it gives the trickster based playstyle. But the fact that this is max 88 and it doesn't upgrade the overall of the card is actually pretty nice. I've got 1 card on my radar to potentially add this trickster playstyle to, and that is Odobert, who I just gave a Finesse +2 is an 88 rated card. He's going to stay an 88 rated card. He's going to get Trickster, and he's going to get the 5-star skills. So I think that's a perfect card for me to get out of this evolution. So make sure you do your daily login every single day. Over the 15 days that this objective is out, you have to get 14 completions, so maybe you can miss 1 or 2 days in total. And we do have a nice group reward here of an 85x3. I should also note, tomorrow on Friday, we're all going to be getting a max 88 FUT Birthday Team 1 guarantee pack, which when we take a look at the full team of FUT Birthday cards, that's not very many players that can be packed from that very pack. Now, yesterday outside of the game, there was some action in terms of upgrades. Of course, FPL games, the FPL live fantasy cards are what are a big focus right now for the Fantasy FC players. Yesterday, the upgrades were not coming in very nice. Mateus Nunes, Robert Sanchez, Trossard, Diallo, and Raul Jimenez. Every single player that played yesterday is only going to get a +1 overall because the points were not flowing like they were on Tuesday for Dewsbury, Hall, Jimenez, Kirkez, and even Brendan Aronson. Now, if you chose one of these 5 players, it's just unfortunate, right? That's the luck of the draw when it comes to how these cards could upgrade. There's one more game today, and that is for Spurs Matisse Tell, who I've evolved a couple of times, and I would have to guess that after today, we would see the upgrades given out for all of these cards. So any of you guys kind of like me that evoed them, kind of waiting to see what happens with that, with whatever upgrades that they have obtained, we may see our upgrades hopefully either late tonight on Thursday or tomorrow on Friday. That would just have to be my guess. But it was a bit unfortunate yesterday not seeing Mateus Nunes and some of those other cards get upgrades. I guess it does at least have the caveat there of being able to evo them with their cards still being lower rated. Now, probably the biggest news outside of the game yesterday was the title update. And this is, of course, going to be news that impacts us inside the game as soon as maybe today. We do not know exactly when this is going to be coming out, but there is rumors that it could be today. And guys, honestly, after EA drop patch notes like this, they don't let us wait too long before we get our hands on the actual update. Now, I'm going to go through this super fast. You can read this whole pitch notes. I'll link it down below in the description of the video if you want to. But the quick kind of explanation of what is changing is they are nerfing a couple of play styles and a couple of ways of passing the ball, but they're actually improving passing, and they're improving 2 types of shooting and some skill moves. Let's start with the passing. EA overall has improved accuracy and speed of ground passing, with the impact being most noticeable on players with higher passing attributes. This is the update where they're trying to balance out play styles versus attributes and make them more balanced. Again, even before diving into all of this, I wish they were balancing out all play styles, not just passing. But this is where they're focusing right now. They said they added the ability for players without the incisive play style, but with high passing stats, to do short, long pass, and curve with contextually curved through balls. So if you have good stats, basically, you can do through balls like an incisive pass. That's basically what this sounds like. And if you look at this pass right here, you can see that the ball after the patch is going to hit the receiver sooner than it does before the patch, where the defender actually has time to slide over. I don't feel like this is the best example here of this update because it feels like the defender is not even close over here on this side. But if that's how passing is going to be with players without, as you can see here in the video, without the incisive base play style before and after, that is a pretty good change, which means, again, we're less reliant on the play style to make good passes. This is a huge one. It's kind of flying under the radar. Nobody's talking about it, but EA has reduced the accuracy of lofted passes. And if you don't know what a lofted pass is, that is the double tap. I'm sure a lot of you guys have seen that or maybe even use that in-game yourself. I do. Those frustrate me, to be completely honest, because they seem super overpowered. They are now not going to be as overpowered because EA has reduced the accuracy of them. And as we scroll down here and look at the inventive playstyle, the lofted passes need the inventive playstyle now to be better. They actually buffed the inventive playstyle, but since they have nerfed the lobbed passes, the lofted passes so much, as you read here, with inventive playstyle plus, double tap passes will still be slightly less accurate than they were before the patch. So that is a really sizable nerf to the double tap passes. That's going to be a big change for those people who are using that pass a lot in and around the 18-yard box, trying to get through balls past the defensive line. So that's one thing I wanted to show. about the inventive playstyle there. And moving on to shooting, before we get to the biggest thing here with Tiki Taka, power shot and chip shot have been buffed. They've improved the trajectory of power shots and increased the accuracy. Chip shots are less likely to go wide, and they have increased accuracy as well. Perfect timing on this, of course, after most of us have probably finished the objectives where we needed to score chip shots. Hey, you know what? I don't have a problem with this because I've got a card with Power Shot Plus. I've got a couple of cards, and this has literally not been a feasible way of scoring goals this entire year. And if it becomes feasible, then you know what? We'll be happy for that. There were some cards with Power Shot Plus moving on the market yesterday. If you take a look at their prices, you can see them going up. I mean, this is a bit speculative for sure because obviously this update is not out yet, but Daniel Malin went from 193,000 coins. He's 200 and almost 230,000 coins at the moment. So I'd really wait and see before taking any action on the market with even incisive or Tiki Taka players or buying a Power Shot Plus card. Let's wait and see what this update actually feels like. If power shots are actually usable, maybe some of those players will go up, or if there's still such a slow animation that doesn't make it possible to score a lot of goals from that, then probably don't invest in that. But let's talk about Tiki Taka, maybe the biggest thing in this update. EA said here, of course, earlier that they again buffed passing overall. So with an overall buff to passing, EA is nerfing the Tiki Taka playstyle and still saying that it's a useful attacking option to have the playstyle. But when you see the before and after here, which this before and after, as you can see, is players with and without Tiki Taka before and after. So this is no Tiki Taka playstyle before the patch and after the patch. This difference is shocking, especially as you watch the ball go around for the one-touch passing drill the second time. By the end, if I stop the video here, on the right side for after, when the final player touches the ball with the last pass in the before patch video, the ball has just left the pass of the third player in the square drill, right? That's a huge, huge difference, especially because this is first time. This is going to make everybody, like, you know, you said before, oh, Nate, R9 didn't have Tiki Taka, so he wasn't good. Or maybe your striker or your, you know, maybe a wing player did not have the Tiki Taka playstyle, so they're not going to be good at passing. I think that's going to completely change now, and you're not going to feel like you need to have Tiki Taka to use a card. Now you can see like my whole starting 11 has got Tiki Taka because that's how we've been trained to play. And even EA has been kind of releasing players towards the meta with the Tiki Taka playstyle a lot, but that's not going to be as necessary anymore. It'll still be useful, at least EA say, but it's not going to be as necessary. I feel like Tiki Taka cards are going to be impacted the most. So if you do see a player with Tiki Taka, you know, there is a little bit of a chance that they could be hurt in value on the market. But again, right now, this is one of those situations with a patch where I feel like we're just going to have to feel it out to really decide and see, do you need Tiki Taka still, or is it not as necessary as this video kind of makes it seem? So that is the biggest parts of the update. There is one more thing I should mention. Some skill moves have been increased in terms of the speed of them. Fake shot, heal, chop, feint, and exit by 5%. Interesting that EA actually gave us a number here to tell us how much the speed has been increased. I mean, 5% looks like a lot when you compare the speed of the chops before versus after right there. So again, if you want to dig through this a little bit more and read through some of that, I'll put the link down below in the comments of the video. Now, we got to get to the FUT Birthday leaks and news, guys, because that patch was big and we might see some gameplay impacted by it. But the big content that we've been leading up into this Friday with FUT Birthday has been all about the FUT Birthday cards and being able to put our own playstyles and playstyle pluses on them. Now, we have leaks of the official cards coming into packs, and we're going to start there today before we look at the whole FUT Birthday bakery situation. Now, guys, if you have not seen this leak, it did fly under the radar a little bit yesterday. The stats on these FUT Birthday cards look good, but I wouldn't say they look great. Like, they look good, but not insane, right? Alan St. Maximin, 92 pace, 93 dribble. Ronaldo looks pretty good. Yildiz looks good. Diaz looks solid. But, like, how big of an upgrade is that for Luis Diaz? Let's just use him as a quick example here. He's a 91 rated FUT Birthday card, and he's got a Team of the Year honorable mention as well. For Luis Diaz, he's an 89 honorable mention, 93 pace, 86 shooting, 84 pass, 92 dribble. So he is getting a whopping +1 pace, 1 dribbling 2 shooting, and 2 passing. So I guess that's technically like an inform upgrade. It is a little bit of one. But when I look through some of the rest of this team, I'm just like, it looks okay. It is going to be, of course, very important to note that all of these cards have 5-star, 5-star. But again, this is just the whole part of the crazy scenario. These cards have no playstyles and no playstyle pluses when they drop on the game. So we need this whole Evo Bakery situation that we're going to be looking at to be good to make these cards usable. Perisic, Llorente, Laporte with a huge pace boost there, making him, that's his first usable card that he's had this year on the game. Fede Valverde, Ekitike, like that's an Ekitike card that I think if you've been evolving a version of him, you've probably got stats that are just that good, if not better. That's why I'm not super stoked or surprised for some of the stats on those cards. Doku looks good. Kobe Mainu, you've got 2 stats at 90 or above, and then you got 83 defending and 85 physical with 85 shooting and 86 pace. That seems decent, but not crazy. Marcelier, Modric, same thing, a little low on the pace and the shooting. Rolfo, you know, I think I was maybe just assuming that some of the FUT Birthday stats would be a little higher because it's such a marquee promo. And I think that, or I was hoping that maybe with stats being more important for this new kind of change with gameplay, they would maybe boost the stats on the cards a little bit. But it looks like they're still kind of taking a back seat, trying to keep the power curve under wraps. Now, there are a few gems here. Jamie Vardy, I wish he had a little higher dribbling, but that card looks good. Barcola looks good. Dumornay looks crazy. Like, that's a 90 rated card. 96 pace, 90 shooting, 90 dribbling. That's a card that I would love to try. I'd love to pack and put playstyles on it. You've got a Aubameyang card here who looks actually very similar to Aubameyang statistically. Very similar. Igor Thiago, Iñaki Williams. And you got a couple of decent cards on here in the bottom. Mikel Merino. That card looks just crazy, man. 88 rated. 88 on every single face card stat. Does he have 88 every single in-game stat too for his Arsenal promo card there? That's a crazy one. And of course, we cannot overlook the left mid French Messi, who's got a pretty solid looking card himself there too. The only thing about this league team is I think there's more players than this, and there should be some more leaked with official stats because this team that we looked at yesterday was absolutely huge. Now, the most important part with these cards is how we are going to upgrade them, and that's what we learned about yesterday, and this is where a lot of people, including myself, are starting to get a little frustrated because the leaks portrayed this as a huge dub. Our expectations went super high to the moon. And now it seems like there's some EA aspects of this, honestly, like things that you could have saw coming, to be completely honest, that just kind of make you go, come on, EA, why are you doing this? Now, the FUT Birthday Bakery evolution is what we thought it was going to be. The players start with no playstyles. That is all these cards. The icons and the heroes are still going to have playstyles and playstyle pluses. We will not get to customize them. There's going to be Birthday Bakery Evo tabs, and those tabs are going to be made up of 3 different batches inside of evolutions with normal playstyles and playstyle pluses. It's unknown how we use them yet, but there's free and paid versions. And when we saw this tweet yesterday, this is where a lot of us were like, no. And we just started to feel kind of the EA no fun aspect of things that they do in this game sometimes take over, kind of like that. There's always a catch, right? And this is the catch, because we don't know, are you going to be limited to only using certain playstyles from these batches? Like, can you only use playstyles from batch 3 and batch 2 and batch 1 when you're upgrading a card? Can you only use a couple of certain playstyles from each batch? And when you start thinking like that, it just starts getting super confusing. I'm going to say this multiple times in this video, we need EA to tell us how this works. It doesn't even feel worth it diving down the rabbit holes of what might possibly be happening with this whole FUT Birthday Bakery thing, because it's just, there's so much here that we don't know. And that was my worry at the beginning of this, is don't make this too confusing, EA. Literally all we needed to do was be able to go into evolutions, put the playstyles and playstyle pluses on our cards with little or no games played to do it, and then go and enjoy and use the card. That is fun. That's a birthday present, a new fun concept. But instead, there's a paid version to this as well. Now, FUTSheriff kind of gave us a bit more detail on what the free versus paid might be looking like. He said here that some people are saying it wrong. I didn't say you need to pay to get certain play styles. The only thing that I can really think of with this, and we were talking about this in the stream yesterday, is as we've seen before in Evolutions, sometimes they release two versions of the same Evo. One is free and it requires more time or more games played to complete that evolution. The other one that is paid requires less time or no time at all to get that upgrade. That's maybe what is going on here with this whole FUT Birthday Bakery situation. And guys, I just gotta say with this has really taken a lot of the hype out of the sales of this leak and of this whole situation, because the more complicated it gets, the more of an L that it gets. I mean, think about it. These are the cards that are in packs that we're going to be chasing. And every other promo, when you open packs and you get a card, you don't have to do anything else to it. You just put in your team, you start enjoying the player and using the card. But these cards are all based around us putting playstyles on them. And if it's not easy or understandable to put playstyles on these cards, like how hype is that even? Like, that's going to be more frustrating than anything else. EA, if you're listening to this video, if you see my tweet from today, just release the information on how this whole bakery evolution situation works today. I don't want to be trying to figure out how I'm going to upgrade cards when I pack them tomorrow. Nobody wants to be doing that. Give us the info today. Let us learn how it's going to work. Kind of like allow us to ignore the leaks, because the leaks have gone crazy up and down, and I kind of feel like the leaks have played with our emotions a little bit this week. And just give us the actual detail into what's going to happen, because this is now starting to feel like a situation where it's more frustrating and confusing than anything else. Now, here's one of the last bits of unfortunate information with this. The leakers told us that FUT Birthday Jong was going to be a FUT Birthday card, and allegedly he's now changed to a flashback SBC instead. Either EA was going to make him a flashback all along, or the leakers got it wrong, or EA thought, oh my, if everybody gets a Jong and can put the right playstyle pluses on him, that might be too good and we can't have that happening. Why not? Like, why not, man? Anyways, Jong is a flashback and this is official card, so this is kind of frustrating after once again having a leak earlier on in the week, and now having a leak be changed and it be something that is less hype. We go from a Jong that we thought we would be able to customize to a Jong that is anticipating Tiki Taka Plus and 91 overall, which, to be fair, that is going to be a good card. But now it has that doesn't have the allure of being able to customize it to how you want to upgrade that card. And he's got Tiki Taka Plus, which is going to get nerfed in this next patch. So that is a little frustrating. I 100% agree with you guys. Let me know in the comments how you're feeling about this whole FUT Birthday situation. We just need EA to kind of squash the beef in the leak and just literally give us the real details. Now, we did learn a bit more yesterday about upcoming heroes. These are the official heroes posted by EA Sports. Cambiasso and Mandzukic are going to be SBCs. Mandzukic is coming out tomorrow, I'm guessing, with Jong, or maybe he's the only player SBC, and Cambiasso is going to be next Friday for FUT Birthday Team 2. Barzagli looks like he's going to be in packs as he's on the loading screen here for FUT Birthday Team number 1. And we did have an interesting FUT Birthday SBC leak. Again, I know we're kind of frustrated with the leakers, but yet we're still here looking at leaks. You just can't ignore leaks. That's how this game has become. Unfortunately, to be completely honest. But Zay Roberto is coming as a FUT Birthday SBC soon as a hero. We have fond memories of his Winter Wildcards Christmas SBC last year in this game. Now, let's kind of take a bit of a pause from that whole leak conversation and look at the market for a bit, because guys, we've been talking about the market dropping and we've been seeing prices dropping for the past couple of days. I'm doing nothing right now except for some light trading, because mostly when you take a look at prices, they're either the same, they're flat, or they're going down. Like Seeger yesterday dropped again, down under 700,000 coins. And maybe with the fact that Jong is not going to be a customizable card, this card could be going back up a little bit. But I'm still going to be hesitant, and maybe, I guess, safe is the way to word it. I'm going to be safe trading too much on the market right now, or wanting to buy too much for my team. And I'm going to be waiting until what we actually figure out and see with this whole FUT Birthday situation. Because if you take a look at prices, a lot of stuff is still dropping. Players are pretty low. Even the cards that are in packs right now for the Fantasy Team 2 promo. Look at Reinders. Reinders was 3 mil yesterday. Of course, Manchester City played, and well, you know how that went. But he went from 3.4 mil down to 2.4. He's dropped 1 million coins in the past day. That's a live card for you, right? So I think we have to keep an eye on these cards for this weekend for sure, because they're live and they're still getting upgrades. But I think we want to be very, very careful with fantasies at the moment and just the entire market in general, because I still do believe that with this whole bakery concept, there could be a lot of coins lost. Now, coins being made this week probably happened with SBC fodder, and I would say that this is a good opportunity if you have SBC fodder to start thinking about selling it. Like this is probably the time to sell, if we're being completely honest, for fodder in the day today. I don't imagine too many of you guys are going to be opening your rivals rewards. If I had to guess, most people would probably be saving those for FUT Birthday tomorrow and Friday. But with that being said, fodder is up and it's going to get packed tomorrow with the save pack. So I would imagine selling 85s up to 88s would be a good idea. We're going to have to wait and see what other SBCs are leaked and maybe what the price of a card like the Jong is going to be before we decide on the 89s up to 91s. But we're going to be watching the fodder situation very, very closely. I still have some Team of the Weeks up here that I'm just lazy listing, but I believe Team of the Weeks are about 13,000 coins, and it doesn't look like they're going to go super crazy as of yet. Now, let's finish off the video by talking about what's happening today on Thursday. We already talked about what's happening with the daily login evolution. That is a very nice one. Make sure you log in today and get yourself that Evo for the Trickster and 5-star skill move boost. But could we get a little bit more FUT Birthday content today? EA's dropped like a little bit of FUT Birthday every day in the past couple of days. Remember, we had the birthday Evo. Of course, we have had the daily login now. I would think that there's something FUT Birthday related that would drop today. My hope would be like another upgrade pack. I know we have the 83x14 right now, but like drop us an 85x3 EA. Drop us a little something cool, like a FUT Birthday present or something like that. Maybe that's tomorrow because that makes sense for the FUT Birthday, right? But like something cool and unique and fun today, FUT Birthday related, could be possible. Again, probably an Evo or like some sort of SBC pack. But I will say, if you're looking to save up some packs, there is a huge objective that opens up today. If you've completed the weekly play completionist 4 times, which I'm actually behind on because I was away for a week. Where's that one at? Right here. Season 5 weekly play completionist. You complete this objective 4 times and you unlock what is releasing today, the Season 5 Completionist Cup. These are rewards that I've been looking at in objectives for weeks. You got an 86x3, an 87x3, an 87x5, and an 88x6. And a group reward of an Evo, but an 84x4, and then another one here, an 85x4. Those are fantastic packs for playing the Season 5 Completionist Cup, which opens up today at Division Rivals Rewards. So shortly after this video goes live, if you go to the Tournaments tab, it'll be right there. And I believe, are there requirements for this? Let me check. 91 and higher, maximum 2 in the squad. So that'll be easy to swap a couple of players out, and you'll be easy in that one. This tournament situation here, you just got to win the whole thing through, and you'll basically get some really, really big packs. So that's one thing to watch out for today. And the last thing is our player SBCs. We haven't had the Kokju SBC released yet. Neither have we had Carlos Puyol, who still shows in game as an SBC that EA has released, even though he actually has not been dropped in game yet. So that's going to be the video for me today, guys. I'd love to hear your comments down below. Again, I am hopeful for this promo. I'm hopeful for this whole situation with these cards and the FUT Birthday Bakery, but at the same time, I have lost a bit of hype and I've lost a bit of hope for how this is going to work out and how this is going to be, because of the fact that the leaks now have included some things that seem a little alarming and concerning, with paid aspects to this and just a whole lot of confusion. But we're going to be talking about it today on Thursday. If we get any more leaks and news, make sure to come by the stream. We're looking at everything, digesting it all, and figuring it all out. And of course, we'll be covering it tomorrow here on YouTube as well for the start of FUT Birthday. If you enjoyed this video, drop a thumbs up on it. Comment down below if you have any questions. And of course, subscribe if you're new. And I'll see you guys in the stream today. Have a great Thursday. Peace out.